I wonder if we're going to have differences of opinion when it comes to stock up, stock down. We're going to look at wrestlers that left the WWE to go to AEW and wrestlers who have left AEW to go to the WWE. So, AEW Dynamite is just about to become 5 years old. We're just a couple of weeks away from Dynamite turning 5. So I think this is the perfect time to have this conversation about stock up, stock down. So, gentlemen, are you ready for stock up, stock down? We will start with wrestlers who left WWE to go to AEW. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. So, Bully, Athena, formerly Ember Moon in the WWE. Stock up, stock down.
Down.
Tommy, Athena, stock up, stock down.
Am I allowed to say stock middle?
No, there is no stock middle. There is no stock. It's either
I'm
stock
undecided
up or
because
stock.
what great stuff where she was when she was in WWE.
Tommy, stock up or stock down?
No answer.
Why?
Yeah,
Why?
give it
Because
no
I just
answer.
said that. Because
Why?
I just said I have no, I felt she was misused in WWE.
Is
So you
there-
think
then-
she's being misused in AEW?
She's your current women's Ring of Honor champion, but that's
Okay.
not on television. So
stock up or stock down?
I don't know. Stock middle.
Yeah. They can't do stock middle. It's either
I
stock
could
up
do
or stock
whatever I
down.
want to do. You could give your opinion, and then we could have a tie.
Stock middle is not an option. It's up or
My
down.
stock has stayed the same. Yes, it has. It
All right, we'll go.
Stock
Okay.
hasn't moved.
Okay. So he steady. All right. Bully, I'm gonna say stock up for Athena. She is the current Ring of Honor champion. I understand what Tommy's saying, not on TV, but she was never really used at all when she went to the main roster for WWE. So for Athena, I'm gonna give it a stock up. All right, for next one. Adam Cole, Bully. Stock up or stock down?
Plummeted.
Stock down. Tommy, Adam Cole, stock up or stock down?
Stock down due to injury.
Okay.
If he
And
wasn't injured, I mean, he was in the main event, right, of the largest show.
he was the main event against MJF at Wembley last year.
Don't know if he'd ever be put in that position in WWE, and was a main focal point of storylines, and then also the mask stuff, all that stuff. But sidelined to injury, I would say down due to injury. And he suffered two. He suffered two really bad injuries in AEW.
I'm actually going to go with Adam Cole stock up because better late than never. Stock up on Adam Cole, and I think it's based on the fact that he was in the main event in the biggest show that probably AEW is ever going to have in their history. So it's kind of hard to say stock down Adam Cole. Adam Cole.
No, it's not.
Okay. Well, I mean, you said that. You said stock down. Well, you said plummeted. I say stock up. All right. Adam Copeland, Bully. Stock up, stock down.
Down.
Tommy?
Oof. We were seeing such great stuff with Adam Copeland. If I'm talking his entire career, stock down.
No, not entire career. From where he was in the WWE to when he went to AEW.
I feel he wasn't going to be used in his best light, so anymore. And yes, he main evented WrestleMania, but there was a much bigger story to be told. But then they threw in Bryan Danielson into that mix. I thought what we had and what we got were two different things, and he did such great stuff. But then I don't think that great stuff would have been on the table as much. So I would then say AEW got us to have him and have a great performances by him. So then stock up.
See, I say stock down. You look at Adam Copeland before he left, and I don't think you can poo-poo that he was in the main event at WrestleMania, his return at the Royal Rumble, and then the series of matches that he had with Randy Orton were some of the best matches of his career. And I understand that we did get the injury, but And also, he created the judge. He was part of the Judgment Day. He was the leader of the Judgment Day and created a faction that's still around today in the world of the WWE. I say for Adam Copeland, stock down. All right, so no more sound effects, please. Please get rid of that. Bryan Danielson, bully. Stock up, stock down.
Up.
Tommy?
Stock way up.
Yeah, and I think the same thing with Bryan Danielson, no doubt. Stock up. This is an interesting thing, too, because Bryan Danielson was in the main event at WrestleMania before he left, but I really think what they have done with Bryan Danielson since the moment he started in AEW, that says a lot. So definitely stock up for Bryan Danielson. Buddy Matthews, bully. Stock up or stock down?
The only reason I don't think I can give an answer is I don't think I've seen enough. I haven't seen enough of Buddy in AEW, so by default, I would have to say down. Like when it comes to Buddy, I remember him in the angle with the Mysterios. When it comes to Buddy now, I remember him as part of Alice
House of Black.
House of Black. I'm just gonna say not enough information for me to say up or down on him. If a gun to my head, I'd say down.
Tommy?
Stock same.
Yeah, I'm gonna say down just because I don't, even though he's been a part of House of Black, I don't think they've used House of Black the right way. And I feel like
Aleister Black, or what's his name now? Aleister Black, right? Malachi Black, whatever. Malachi Black has not been used correctly from day one.
We'll get there, bully. FTR, stock up or stock down?
Up.
Tommy? Yeah, I think way up. I think FTR definitely way up. Here's an interesting one because there was time in between. I don't even know if he should be on this list or not because there was time in between WWE and AEW, but bully Chris Jericho.
Jericho's a hard one. Jericho's stock is always up. It's always up. So I believe Jericho would be a wash. Chris Jericho is just as big of a star in the company AEW as he was WWE. He's more of a worldwide name in the WWE, but I think Chris is one of the very few who's been able to continue to keep his name at a level that is synonymous with the WWE without being there. I don't know if that helps, but
I think the way he was being used by the WWE before I left now, it's a tough one because obviously all the work he did in New Japan, you have to take into consideration. But, to me, Tommy, Jericho's stock has definitely risen without a doubt.
Yes, stock way up, and I don't think, like Adam Copeland, he would be given the opportunities he's been given in the current landscape of WWE.
I mean, you could say what Jericho is really put a shine on AEW early on. His star power and where he was at that time in his career is, I think, a big reason why people were excited in AEW when it first started. He's definitely, to me, definitely stock up. Bully Christian.
Up.
Yes. Tommy?
Stock way up.
Yeah, I think the same thing. Way up. I don't think Christian was not being used by WWE and certainly wouldn't be used the way he is now. Here's an interesting one. Your current trios champion, Claudio Castagnoli, bully. It's a tough one.
Go to Tommy first. I need to think about this one.
I say same. He was always on that cusp of rising to the main event within WWE, and as Vince McMahon said, hey, it's maybe because he doesn't speak English the way you're supposed to speak English, and then everyone got mad, and then they pushed him again. He never reached that elite cusp, and there's been no reasoning why. Great matches, great performer, great everything, and I just think he's still at that same level.
I'm going to say, despite the fact, I'm going to piggyback off Tommy said, of all of Claudio's greatness, because he's other than being a sports entertainer on his own, when put with others, he definitely shines. Look at what he did with Sheamus. I'm gonna go slightly down.
Okay, I'm gonna go slightly up. I'm gonna say stock up, but slightly. John Moxley, Bully, stock up or stock down?
I would say stock up.
I would
Tommy?
say stock up as well.
And based on how you phrased this, Dave, about where he was before he left WWE as compared to where he is now. Before he left, that final year that he was there, they were using him like shit. He was miserable. So yeah, stock is way up. Now let me ask you this, Dave, just to play with this just a little bit. Moxley in the Shield as compared to where he is now, stock up or down?
I'm still gonna say stock up because there were times that I said that John Moxley could be the face of the company.
Okay.
Even when Moxley was a member of the Shield, you couldn't say that. He wasn't anywhere near that. So I think for John Moxley, it's almost a no-brainer. I think stock up. Last one before we go to break, and I think I know the answer. Bully, Malachi Black.
Down.
Yeah. Tommy?
Down. During COVID, he was a main player, and then for some reason didn't resonate there. He's been in some cool angles. So, again, I think there would have been further stuff with him and Edge, Adam Copeland, until Adam got hurt.
Yeah, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm going to say stock down as well because I really thought like that the WWE didn't use Aleister Black the right way, and I thought he'd be a perfect fit for AEW. In the way, Malachi Black started in AEW and had that feud with Cody, I thought for sure that Malachi Black was going to be a major player with AEW, and I love the House of Black gimmick, and for a while I thought that was going to be a big deal, especially when Collision started. Just didn't seem to pan out, so unfortunately I got to say stock down. We started our list from wrestlers who left WWE to AEW, and I think always having high hopes that I'm leaving. Hey, I'm not being used the right way for whatever reason, and I'm going to move to AEW or vice versa. So, right. I think at this point we're almost about even. But here's one. The ones that I had high hope. Somebody I had very high hopes for in AEW. I don't think panned out. I'll say it right here. Stock way down. Keith Lee. Bully. Keith Lee. Stock up or stock down?
I think we all know the answer to Keith Lee.
Yes.
Stock down.
Tommy?
Down.
Yeah, no doubt. Here's another one that I had high hopes for, and it kind of started off on the wrong foot almost immediately because of the character that he was portraying. Miro. Stock up or stock down?
Way down.
Yeah,
Down.
Same with me. Down. Okay. Here's one that's not on the list, but Mercedes Moné. Stock up or stock down?
If you're going to say from right before she left the WWE, her stock is up.
Tommy?
Stock and her wallet way up.
See, I'm going to say stock down. And
Her stock is down as compared to where she is right now as compared to when she left the WWE?
Yes, because I think perception is reality. When she left the WWE, people were upset and people were angry. They loved Sasha Banks. As a matter of fact, Bully, you and I had a discussion about Charlotte Flair, and I said head and shoulders above everybody in the women's division. And Bully, you were like, wait a second.
That was 2 years before she left the WWE.
I would say it was about 2 years.
Correct.
But even if we had that discussion before she left, I still think you would put Sasha Banks near the top of women's wrestlers. Yes or no?
Does it? Sure. I'll answer the question. Yes. And I'm going to say that before she left the WWE, which was the premise of this whole,
Yes.
spot that we're doing. Before she left the WWE, she was tagging with Trinity. They were the women's tag team champions, and they were doing almost nothing with them as compared to where she is now, where AEW is doing everything with her. Whether you like her or not has nothing to do with the utilization of the character. That's why I have to say stock up.
I'm still going to say stock down just because of the perception of people of what she was able to do on the microphone, which I think exposed some of her weaknesses. And they did that for almost 6 straight weeks on television. And I think a lot of people would say the matches that she's had so far in AEW have been underwhelming. So I think when you look at Mercedes, stock down. Pac, one of your trios champions right now. Pac, stock up or stock down?
Up.
Yeah, up. Yeah, I agree. Big Show, stock up or stock down?
He's been used as a commentator and that's it. So, I mean, in the WWE, he was an on-air talent. He's not an on-air talent really in AEW. So I don't think he had a match or two. I don't think you can really say up or down.
Yeah, same, middle.
Okay, fair enough. Ricochet, stock up or stock down?
Too early. I'm going to say
TBD.
down.
TBD.
Yeah, I think it's kind of too early to tell. Roderick Strong, stock up or stock down?
Unfortunately, I don't think Roddy's ever been. I don't think Roddy's stock has ever been up since Ring of Honor. So I don't know. I think it's pretty much the same no matter where he goes.
I would say stock up because he was in a group in WWE and he was like, just I don't want to say a silent member of the group, but I mean, and his, I guess, trajectory also got hurt because of injury, but not to him, but to both of his opponents. But that whole yelling thing, and I mean, he was carrying a lot of segs and kind of proved also, like Bully said, he could be on his own in the sense of like carrying a brand like he did Ring of Honor.
I'm going to say stock up because he is being featured and has been featured on AEW TV. I think you're right. I think he was always kind of like the third member of the Undisputed Era, but I think in AEW they have featured him from time to time. So I'm going to say stock up, and a good decision for Roderick Strong going to AEW. Samoa Joe, Bully, stock up or stock down?
As compared to when he left WWE, stock up.
Yeah, I believe stock up as well. Tommy, stock up or stock down?
Stock way up.
Yeah. Swerve Strickland, stock up or stock down?
Skyrocketed.
No doubt about it. Stock up. Tommy?
Stock through the roof. Invest.
Yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly. All right. Let's go to the other side because we have seen now over the last few years AEW talent go back to the WWE or just leave AEW and go to the WWE. And I think the first one is somebody that we just saw last night in the last segment of NXT, and that's Ethan Page. Stock up or stock down, Bully, for Ethan Page?
Up.
Stock way up. He was doing nothing. Went from main roster to barely on television, a Rampage feud with Matt Hardy, and then Ring of Honor. So stock way up.
Yeah, I believe that. Definitely stock up. Andrade, stock up or stock down? Bully.
Up.
Tommy, stock up or stock down for Andrade?
I would say stock same. He is in WWE with more people seeing eyes on him. I believe he got hurt for a little bit in AEW. There was just a lot. I mean, it's so weird, the ebbs and flows of him, because top talent and then got brought down after the pandemic, then gets released, then has all this buzz, goes to AEW, then just kind of floats. Gets hurt, gets released, or comes back, gets released, and now he's back in WWE, and it's It's like they want to fully push him, but it's like he's still at the same plateau.
Yeah, I can understand it. I'm going to say stock up. Especially what we just seen on SmackDown with him and Carmelo Hayes, and a big win over Carmelo Hayes last week on SmackDown. I'm going to say stock up. CM Punk, Bully, stock up or stock down?
Stock up.
Stock up through the roof.
Yeah, I'm going to say stock up for CM Punk as well. Here's another one. It's some strong ones. Cody Rhodes, stock up or stock down?
Through the stratosphere.
Tommy?
Next level, stock way up.
Without a doubt, stock up. Dragon Lee, stock up or stock down?
As compared to the way he was being used in AEW, I'll say slightly down.
Tommy?
I would say, yeah, Bully's point.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you guys. Stock down for Dragon Lee. Here's another interesting one. She's one half of your women's tag team champions, Jade Cargill. Bully, stock up or stock down?
This is an interesting one.
Yeah.
It is.
It's so hard to say. I mean, because she came in and yes, with all this fanfare and all this stuff, and then it got sidetracked, but then comes back and then she's been in a tag, and yes, a successful tag champion 2 times already. But then how do you say, well, she was undefeated for her entire career up until losing 1 match to Chris Statlander? I guess if you're saying featured on television all the time, stock up.
This is a definitive perception versus reality thing. Jade was a bigger star within the company of AEW than she is within the company of WWE. Would you guys agree with that?
I don't know if I can, Bully. Like I understand you saying that, and Tommy, I understand you agreeing with that. But the one thing about Jade is they never really had her go after the main AEW Women's World Championship. It was that secondary championship, almost on par with the Intercontinental Championship in the WWE. Like, I struggle with this
in
one.
AEW. I just felt that she was spotlighted more as a star. However, I think she is going to be spotlighted more as a star moving forward in the WWE once the WWE allows her to get better at what she does. Jade is becoming more and more polished within the WWE. I don't think she was going to become more and more polished in AEW. I think she was as polished as she was going to get.
So you're going to say stock down.
I don't know if I can pick an up or a down. I think she really is a wash. I think if you put this on a piece of paper, Jade, pros, cons, I think everything would even out.
Well,
she was on her own in AEW as a champion. Yes. You want to call it the Intercontinental Champion? Call it the what was it? The TBS Champion?
Yes.
TBS Champion on her own. Tag Team Champion with Bianca Belair. At one point, 60-0. Is she being seen by more of the wrestling world in the WWE? Absolutely.
This is a tough one for me, but I'm gonna give it a definitive stock down. She was
definitive.
Yes, because she was undefeated. She was on TV, featured on TV every single week, like she is now. And I'll say this: stock down. But I think that answer is going to be different a year from now. I think our perception of Jade will change. But we're judging from this moment. Right now, I have to say stock down for Jade Cargill.
I cannot agree based on the word definitive. Much like I couldn't agree with you when you said head and shoulders above the rest, I can't agree with definitive. If you wanted to go stock down by a hair, all right.
All right, but whether it's stock down definitively or stock down by a hair, it's still stock down. Are you with me on the stock down?
No.
Okay, so all right, Tommy, stock up or stock down?
I have to be middle, and I can't go by, oh, like this is so hard to do when you say things like, well, more people are watching her on this show. If you're talking push, she had a big push in AEW. She was from day one, from her debut, and then she was always presented like a superstar in a company full of wrestlers. In WWE, she's already comes in with all this fanfare, and then it got curtailed, not because of anything that she did. I feel she will be a megastar. Actually, I will say, because I had her already winning the championship and winning the Royal Rumble, all these different things, but I think her future is the brightest. So I would say right now, for me it's a wash.
Okay. Lexus King, former Brian Pillman Jr. bully. Stock up or stock up?
Stock up on TV every week.
Yeah, I'm going to say stock up as well. Here's an interesting one because I think you have to, again, judge it by what he was doing at the end of his AEW run. Sean Spears, stock up or stock down, bully?
Oh, stock up.
Yep, stock
Tommy?
up.
And I'm going to say stock up.
Sean Spears should have been a much bigger star for AEW than he was. And he wasn't a star for AEW. He was a star for a cup of coffee for AEW.
He was a star early on. That feud that he had with Cody Rhodes when AEW first started, I thought was fantastic. And, Cody got the best of him. But then as soon as that feud was over, it's almost like they had absolutely nothing for Sean Spears.